Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, the 3rd of July 2015. This is John Faraclas from Allaboutshipping in Athens, which is the focal point of the world. Once upon a time, a Greek poet said that Athens is a diamond on the world's ring. A very important statement of a very important Greek writer of the past. Now, the markets. The markets, as we have predicted, they don't have the strength and the volatility aspect is here to stay. The Baltic Dry Index closed up 11 points to maintain the 800-point threshold. They closed at 805, 11 points up. That's, on the other hand, 18 points down since last week's 823. So, not at all a sustainability, on the contrary, volatility. We come to the big size. The Cape Size Index was up since yesterday, Thursday. It was up 23 points at 1,249, but was down 144 points since last week's 1,393. Here you say volatility, here you are. The Panamax, our favorite size, was plus 25 points since yesterday at 908, going up the 900-point threshold and up since last week 75 points. Last week it stood at 833. So good news for the Panamaxes. The BSI up 4 points at 716, but down 7 points since last week's 723. Here things are a bit strange. Finally, the last of the dry index, the BHSI, the handies, was up just 1 point since yesterday at 361, but overall was down 1 point since last week's closing of 362. So you can see what is the name of the game here. The wets down 18 points since the last closing, which was 936, which is 18 points down, and overall since last week 118. Last week, as you recall, it stood above the 1,000 point marks at 1,054 points. The cleans up 15 points at 809 and up 39 points since last week's Friday, the Friday closing at 770. So overall, we have a very volatile market. We have to remain very cautious of what is to happen in geopolitics. There is a big international debt, and that delays the breaking points of the market, which is the 1,000 points and the 2,000 points of the dry markets to return to December's 2013 closing, which was 2,273 points. Geopolitics. The focal point worldwide has become Greece now. It shifted from Ukraine. Ukraine remained close in the preference of the newsmakers, but Greece now is the focal point. This coming weekend, Sunday, we have a referendum. The referendum, after 41 years, the last referendum was in December 1974, to ask the Greek people whether they want a king or a democracy with a president. So here we have now issues which we cannot really change or control. The Greek people are called to vote in a very strange referendum. We repeat this, you can read inside the site of what we have said. The Greek people are called on a completely unclear report. The text of the ballot paper is not very clear. It's a yes and a no. Whatever happens, the damage has been done, and I am sure what is being needed is a very strong team of negotiators to know what will happen. Read what we say, verbally, what I have to tell you is very few people have understood how financial engineering works. We have stressed the issue that we brokers, don't forget my previous life business was shipbroking, we are the best matchmakers and the best deal makers. Not myself, but many of my colleagues worldwide. And I can assure you that if the government continues with this stubbornness, nothing will happen. The government of Greece and its negotiators, they should agree with the reforms that they are very much needed. They must cut the public, better say the state sector of workforce, and also proceed with negotiate with privatizations. We repeat, privatization is that the state-owned company becomes a private company and not a public corporation. Now, I won't like to influence you about the result, but as you can see, people tend to vote more with their heart rather than with their logic. So expect the unexpected, and of course, on Monday we will have a special reporting about the results of the referendum. Other issues, the MH17 flight that went down in Ukraine, there's a very big investigation coming up on criminal charges that the government of Malaysia is going to bring to the world court. And of course, holidays are on, and we are sure that you will prefer the Greek islands like Lesbos this time, reading our site and take it from there. Be on guard for the geopolitical events. This is John Faraclas from All About Shipping in Athens, tonight, the 3rd of July 2015. Have a lovely weekend. Over and out.